Have you ever wondered why influencers are so popular on social media and how the ones that do the best seem to be the perfect person for the job? The answer to that is influencer relations. An influencer relations practitioner is defined as the liaison between a company and those considered to be influencers within the social media community. This means when it comes time to hire an influencer, it is the process of influencer relations that leads to proper research being conducted in order to find the perfect fit for an organization. When it comes to working with influencers, they are their own entity. They come with their own demands and mindsets, which makes choosing the right influencer all the more important. An influencer should always be treated as if they are their own social media platform. Different platforms are used for different things and reach different audiences. Influencers come into situations with established followings and specific self-branding. When it comes to influencer relations, it is important to remember that influencers talk. It is essential to keep the relationship between the influencer and the company healthy, because when the job is done, that influencer is either going to share their great experience with their audiences, or they will share their bad experiences and bring down your brand's image. When working in influencer relations, it's important to be up to date on who is popular within your industry. If you work for a brand like Adidas, you don't want to hire an influencer who is known for only wearing Nike. When choosing an influencer, you want the person who's going to say yes. You want them to be enthusiastic about the brand. If the influencer is not genuine in their content, the audience will be able to tell, and you could find yourself entering a crisis situation. Speaking of crisis, it's important to be prepared when working with someone outside of your organization or team for a crisis to occur. You should always have a plan prepared for if your influencer does something to cause a crisis or if they are not accepted well by your audiences. When Bud Light decided on Dylan Mulvaney, a popular transgender influencer, for their next campaign, it unfortunately didn't go over well for their audiences and they had to enter crisis mode. Celebrities such as Kid Rock were destroying their product and people were quickly following suit. Bud Light was not ready for this reaction and honestly handled the situation quite poorly, first with silence, and then by trying to backtrack and please their typical customers by going back to content that they knew was loved by audiences. Hiring influencers is one of the reasons it is so important for everyone in an organization to understand the company's values and mission statement. It is the role of management to make sure everyone is on the same page, to ensure that conversations with outsiders such as influencers would go the same, no matter who they are speaking with. Using an influencer to create content is all about trying to reach desired audiences. That is the main goal. Campaigns that use influencers tend to have larger audiences and higher levels of engagement because you are dealing with audiences that are comfortable. When we hear the name Dyson, we think of vacuums and, for some, hair tools. Dyson wanted to expand on that and reach new audiences. To do so, they delved into their product to see what they were missing and realized, hey, our vacuums work great on pet hair. They also realized that this was not something their customers knew about. What better way to get the word out about how great Dysons work on pet hair than to develop a campaign around it with products specifically dedicated to pet hair? In order to reach this audience, pet owners, Dyson decided to use influencers, specifically pet influencers. In doing so, they were able to talk directly to pet owners who would benefit from their products, and they were hearing about this product from a source they trust, the influencers. Dyson did their research and didn't choose influencers just based on their popularity, but instead based on their content in order to reach the audiences they were aiming for. At this point, they weren't necessarily concerned about sales. They are already highly successful in their industry. They were focused on reaching as large of an audience as possible and bringing awareness to this trait their products have that will interest a whole new group of people. Overall, Dyson observed 1 million views, 115,000 likes, and a 10% engagement rate across their campaign, according to Smart Influence. Now, I think we can all agree when we hear Dyson, if you are a pet owner, your mind will connect the brand name to a vacuum that's good with pet hair. When it comes to influencer relations, understanding your client, the influencer, and the audience is essential. Forming relationships between companies and influencers can lead to more opportunities in the future. In an industry like public relations, the relationships you form are everything and lead you on a path to success. Influencer relations is no different. So do the research and make those relationships and you too can find yourself benefiting from the growing phenomenon of influencers. Thank you.